Hello, and welcome to another Northstar Plays pop-up dungeon. I'm doing Endless Run with a variety of special modes. I'm sure you folks know if you've been watching this. If you haven't, well, this is part of a series. Check it out from the beginning. Looks like the next bit is another boss fight. It appears, actually, it's every 3 levels. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this, because I had so much of a buffer. To you guys, it's been like 3 days. To me, it's been weeks since I recorded one of these. Literally weeks, maybe over a month. I built up a buffer, and then I just kind of lost the energy, lost the enthusiasm for a bit. With my long COVID, it's hard to keep the energy up for anything, so sometimes I need a lot of enthusiasm to and willpower to overcome that. So yeah, I apologize if I don't quite remember
I'll follow if the cause is true.
everything with like what abilities I gave these people. Orcs got cube hurt. I guess extra power is useful. Other special abilities. She's the last. That's a revive, yeah.
That's me. You're not gonna like this.
Let's see. Fire ring. Damage self heal ally. And taunt. So get the things they picked up.
Heart knows only virtue.
Spell steal for Hrothgar. Nothing else, so he's got more slots.
I've watched you since you learned to stand stones.
Whelps, but that's actually from this item. So fireball and fan the flames, which is the outdated thing.
I've been LFG for a whole minute, but I'm a healer.
LFG looking for group. Patch up, and you have my axe. Cool. Just reviewing that. Guess I could have done off camera, but I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoy seeing it again. Being reminded of what's there if you knew the series. Like I said, check out from the game. Maybe you want to watch this first. Decide. Things have been, well, stressful. America's going even more fascist, and I really gotta get the freak out. So,
I'm not used to all this darkness.
hopefully I can get my YouTube to where I can monetize, which requires at least 500 subscribers, and it's not even, you don't get much money at that level. You really need to be bigger. Because it's very hard to move to another country if you're disabled, as I am with long COVID, and you don't have any way to support yourself financially. Even so, I may need a sponsor on top of that. Yeah, so boss fights are usually 1, or if your party's big, 2 enemies at much higher power levels. Power level 10,291. Evasion 1,844%. I think we have some diminishing returns on it, but still. Elemental power, you could absolutely devastate my party. And there's a Tanuki. Can become a legendary copy of things, including its ally. Can become a nunchuck ninja. Or a stand ninja. Or just nibble. With my Taiku. I have no idea what a lot of this does. Well, some. But Taiku, I don't know what that is. And a Okay, I know what these are. So yeah, I don't remember all the abilities they have, but I don't have any idea what that Taiku is. I don't remember. It's only a 50% chance. Oh, it's fixed. So it's got to be something that's pretty defensive. Let me set this up. No, should I set up off camera? Yeah, I should. Alright, here we go. And because it's been a little bit, a lot of sorts. Remembering, I guess you could say the momentum. Exactly what were smart things to do. Oh, geez, you know. Yeah, he might just get killed there.
I will fear no evil. Never turn your face from the cold. I do not seek.
Does this.
My wrath undoes the wicked.
It's high mobility, Silly. Not silly, but yeah. It's probably fine. Anyways, it's a good chance Hrothmar and the Ottoman go down immediately, but I would like to do what damage I can, test their capabilities. Yeah, I don't think this was happening when I recorded my last video, but now we got the President of the United States sending people to concentration camps in El Salvador. Literally meets the definition of concentration camp because people are being sent without trial, without due process, based on identity. So you got Latinos who were permanent residents, or legally that's supposed to be permanent, having their permanent residency suddenly revoked, and then without even being told, and then deported to El Salvador. That is horrendous and a violation of people's rights. And to be clear, in case it was not clear, these are death camps. Well, this you call it, because it's 70 people to a room, 23 and a half hours a day. They're not allowed to leave except for 30 minutes a day. They're never allowed to go outside. I don't even know where they go for 30 minutes, but it's not outside. The lights never go off. They sleep on metal bunks without sheets, without mattresses. So you'll get sores, like pressure sores, so sleeping on that, but you'll get infected. Ridiculous overcrowding, contagious diseases will kill people. They're probably being fed extremely poorly. It means malnutrition. There's violence because they're putting rival gangs together in there. So you could be completely peaceful person, but you're going to end up getting caught up in the violence, stabbed, so forth. Held without trial in a place everyone who goes there life sentence. So for having committed absolutely no crime, simply being a permanent resident of the wrong identity, people being sent to a place where they will die. They will fucking die because without, say, for instance, the lights ever going off or mattress, a lot of people aren't going to be able to sleep. They're going to, eventually their heart's going to give out because they can't sleep. This is mass murder, and if Trump can get his deportation targets, which he's not meeting, this would be something like 250,000 people deported within a year once it reaches capacity. And he's looking at building 5 more camps just like this. Having the El Salvador guy, which this one is already had people in it, so these would be 5 empty camps to be filled. This would be something like, I think I did some math, like 320,000 people more capacity. That's mass murder. that's why I want to get the fuck out of the country. Anyone who does that is going to come for people with political views isn't like I'm a leftist, Marxist, democratic, socialist. They're going to come for me. It doesn't matter. I'm like a 16th generation American. They're going to fucking come for me if I don't get out of the country. So I need this YouTube channel to succeed. I need subscribers. But I won't bore you guys because you won't want to subscribe if this is... It's just on my mind. And I don't know, it'd be glaring to not mention it since this... I do not believe this was happening when I was recording before. It might be when it's posted. I mean, definitely when stuff is posted, but this is recorded way in advance, so... Good. Sanctify, we give a little bit of AP to Ulrich. Yeah, I should do that. Oh no, it gives her speed. Armor pen. I mean power on the Lich. Summon a more powerful summon. Yes. Power and support both go into summon strength.
Put your faith in the light.
But yeah, I'm worried the government's gonna start like, oh, you're a socialist, you're scum, and send me, who's white and like a 16th generation American, as I said. I can't calculate the exact number, but it's some absurd number. Ancestors have been in the country like some of them over 300 years. One of the oldest families in the country, and I'll descend from some of the oldest families in the country, and I'll probably be deported because these fuckers are fascists. It shocked me. I didn't expect that Trump would be so blatant with stuff. I knew he would do bad things. And the fact that Americans aren't, well, doing a lot more. Gosh, I can't do hardly any damage here.
I walk through the valley.
To protest this, to struggle against it, to, you know, demand other countries intervene. It's acting like this is business as usual to me, people. It's... First they came for the communists, but I was not a communist, so I did not speak up. Then they came for the socialists, but I was not a socialist, so I did not speak up. Then they came for the trade unions. I don't think the exact words were, I did not speak up. But I would have to review that poem, but it actually starts communist, socialist, trade unionists, and I think it goes to Jews at that point, or maybe there's another group added in the list, and then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. All right.
I do not seek glory.
Yeah, but no one's responding to this. Of course, I'm getting occasional trolls messing with my channel, like some prick who I literally did a Northstar Talks Politics video on this, and he's like, "You're spreading misinformation." I'm like, this is literally an article from NPR here, or was it PBS? No, PBS here, and this is from CNN. This is not misinformation. This is literally I'm displaying it on my screen while talking about it. Of course, that was also news saying, "Oh, the majority of Americans approve of this." Like, no, they don't. The polls show that the largest group of Americans think Trump has gone too far, and a smaller group support him, and there's a group that's undecided. So it's like there is no majority that thinks anything, which is shocking. It really should be like,
All right, it's my turn now.
you know, 80% of Americans think it's gone too far. That would give me a little hope in the country. But, of course, network news, cable news is not giving people an accurate view of things. They're downplaying how dangerous this is. I mean, they are freaking out, but they're not freaking out as much as they should be. They are downplaying things, which, yeah, This is why experts in fascism are leaving the country now. People who've studied, like professors who study fascism, the rise of fascism, they're leaving the United States. They're going to Canada. Of course, now Trump's declared Canada a socialist country, which is fucking insane. They are not. She's trying to start to create a justification for invading Canada, I think. That's Canada. I want to get to Europe. Further away. Canada's too close. Ooh, this thing does decent damage. Probably because of its armor pen. I think that Gianardo is the bigger threat here. So I'll go for him. Hmm.
The spirit realm whispers. I was the last.
Forgot how ridiculously overpowered the Ottoman is. I don't know what the strengths or weaknesses of the transform are. Probably better if I go straight for a kill. That failed. And that failed. Ah, nice. So I was too concerned about winning this fight.
Pray things go easier from now on.
That was pretty easy, Jane.
Men looking for this.
That was pretty easy. Pray things go easier.
So this is men looking for this. So this is the fat loot everyone was telling me about. More fire.
Keep the holy shield, Brock. Green, so it doesn't look like there's any interactables.
We hurt them more than they hurt us. I think.
A boon to our cause.
But yeah, I record a buffer stuff in advance because sometimes I have days, multiple days in a row. I'm just too sick of my long COVID to record anything. So this keeps it consistent for you guys. The YouTube algorithm hates it if there's a gap in my uploads. It's too big. Probably best if I give a little more power to the trance summon. Brock, yeah. That or the grounded kick. Or, yeah, no, the Phoenix. James, that's more
a rich lore to the sight.
useful. Ooh, the Phoenix. No.
I am here of my own will.
Yeah, the Holy One. Continue on. Level 24. Starship Adjutant. Gunship. The Adjutant is the ship you have in Run Home, isn't it? And I should remember this, considering I've done Run Home a few times, but my long COVID brain, sometimes words escape me. Like what the name of that ship was. Was it the Adjutant? I would swear it was the Adjutant. It's the ship you're on. I could be completely wrong. But this vaguely reminds me of this level. This ship. The game is Space Haven, which by the way is a kind of crappy game. It's like Dwarf Fortress in space supposedly, except here's the thing. Dwarf Fortress eventually got a third dimension. It's 3D now. I mean, its early versions were 2D, but by the time Space Haven's been made, it had long since been 3D. You cannot do a game where you're have a spaceship and it's two-dimensional. Or some say it's RimWorld. Well, RimWorld is in a way a cheap knockoff of Dwarf Fortress. With, because of poor optimization of the game, far, far fewer characters you can have. Instead, a lot more cheeky, kind of sometimes perverted or excessively violent content, but which is saying something when you're comparing to Dwarf Fortress. Of all games. Game where people made sausage out of a dwarf's own intestines, and yet you see even worse things happen in RimWorld. That game, its player base, some of them are really messed up. But RimWorld is problematic because it is only two-dimensional, and I mean in terms of game design, it's problematic because it's only two-dimensional, even though if you're building on a planet, you're obviously going to build like second, third floors on your buildings, even if they're not. You're not going to build 20 floors up, maybe.
Never ask a girl with an axe to dance.
I prefer blue women.
And Space Haven is even more problematic because you're a spaceship. There's no like gravity that's going to be weighing your ship down, causing it to, you know, at least on a planet, one of the limits to building up is you have to support the weight of the higher floors. It creates a feeling of this starship being much too cramped, and the distances people have to walk to get places being much, much, much too great. Which, combined with these sort of games usually having days be much less time, but people walking at a realistic rate, you get the absurdity of someone spending half their day just walking down a hallway that's not actually that far. It messes up the kind of economy of the game, I guess you could say. I may have done too many extra companions, making this too easy. I'd have to go to very high levels of the Endless Run for it to be... Maybe in the future I'll dial down the number of extra companions, or take ones I know are weaker. A bit of make it quicker. Or maybe I'll add a game... You can actually add a game mode to create extra enemies on levels. Maybe I'll do that. So I just get really big battles. That would be kind of cool, maybe. Probably not.
These elven eyes have seen
Oh,
much
you live in
suffering.
Orin. Change
Never
things.
is the magic of man.
I have a few questions.
One things about this endless run is by repeating battles with less other stuff, it will allow me to focus more and figure out what I was doing right and wrong with game modes. And one of them is, I think, I need to either create more enemies or fewer allies. Let me finish this off camera. Pausing the recording. Alright. This probably isn't perfect. I'm just checking the video time, but it's something. Oh, you can see one of the characters in the tutorial, like in a bat to tank, basically. And it's kind of three-dimensional. If there's only Easter eggs about, like, what it looks like, but no. What I see. Alright. Start battle.
These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
Except the fact there's two of them. This idea that he's like a clone. Being cloned. I don't know.
Eternal dawn, we call upon your light.
Actually, I probably should have done Sanctify. The chance that she could have... No, Rolling Haste allows her to cast it next turn, not the same turn. She'd been able to get UMAX twice. If she'd rolled Haste on that, that would have been better, because not wanting to risk Sanctify being 2 turns if I need it on a more important character. Okay.
There's a storm on that horizon.
I don't remember the hotkeys, by the way. Keybinds. Time controls are Left shift and left control. Space finishes a turn. Okay, those are the ones I wanted to remember. Wait, which is which? I didn't look at that long enough. Left shift. Left control, so left shift is fast. Okay. Because you have a separate tab that says time controls, just to make sure players catch that. Because there were some players who were whining, oh, the turns take too long. So. Let's bring the Phoenix.
This will aid you.
Okay.
We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Alrighty then. High power, but not high armor pen on Thornet. Captain has armor pen, but he's all the way back there. Might not be able to reach in one turn. Scores on cooldown, which is to say, probably Divine Fervor into a couple tactical
A divine fate.
flexibility. Oh, I rolled really well on mobility though. Oh. Attack her and should just, yeah, damage reflect. It's not worth it. Could get killed if he stands here, though. Yeah, I'll just create our holy bulwark, actually.
Give you my hearth.
Increases odds of, surviving to use all the AP from Divine Fervor. I think he's gonna need this. And maybe it's hard for me to calculate with, I don't know how much of this to get through defenses. Probably.
I do not seek glory.
I always underestimate how hard the enemies can hit me. Yeah, I can hit them pretty hard. They can hit me very hard too, usually. Especially when I don't have any charms to add to defense, really. I have absorption, resistance, initiative, power, and armor pen. From charms. And then I storm it. And then I have extra initiative on top of that. Let's make sure I get to go first. Makes the fights faster. In theory.
Warm your hands by the fire, friend.
Let's make this quick.
Quick, and that's unlikely. So just to minimize the chances of him going down on his first turn. We're getting disabled by a Thornet. Or hug ability. other two defensively. Damage reflector. We get the Ottoman kill doing this. Should probably do the one that doesn't block in the other. Oop, dead.
My poison of choice? Sugar.
Redundant. With her regenerated ability, she'll just be back up to full health unless I hit her harder. Or no. The Phoenix might be able to hop in there and do some more damage.
Nothing like a pair of candy corn and razor blades.
I suppose El Capitan might come this way. If he does, he doesn't have much mobility. So it's not visible. And this will work.
There are many lies, but only one truth.
Doesn't work when he moves, right? Have to find out.
Get your lies out now while you still where the spirit pulls the body forward.
AP for Brock because he's slow. Drain some AP. Regenerate doesn't cost AP, but at least. And lower defense.
This ability only works on enemies. You will serve as an example. I am no missionary.
I believe when the skeleton shows up, it'll gain the trick or treat thing.
Here is
That.
your affirmation.
We'll do some anti-heal. That's not a big deal, though. Point is extra AP for this Skull Belly. Can doom that bit of terrain. Kill in 3 turns is not that useful. Save this guy belly AP. Or I can leave it. Not 5 thermals. There's also Grasp Dead. Which yeah. Ah. That clears the path for Skybelly. That's I hoped. let's go this way so skybows don't have to travel as far. So sets up terrain that's, you know, hostile for the enemy. Right, number step. What's the range in the Phoenix Fire 4? Two, three, four. Yep. This might.
Are you flirting with me?
Oof. That was worse than I thought.
I'll take
Damage.
us in.
Careful, I bite. Let's dance. Give me a hug.
Oof.
Bring it on.
I will know if you are fibbing.
Ah, the beauty of battle.
My wrath undoes the wicked.
And she couldn't even use atonement because it's done that much damage itself either way. Hmm.
The darkness will not rise.
Given whenever attacks is gonna have to deal with the massive damage reflect. Hmm.
Don't go too far. I sentence you to more life.
Ah, darn, 2 turns.
Long have I watched man.
Hmm. Haste, speed. Yeah,
Let's risk a little magic.
rock could use that. Lost Ottoman and, well, Phoenix, but we could revive it. Maybe I'll wait till there's a second.
I will fear no evil.
Allied Falls. Maybe I'll regret that.
Warm your hands by the fire, friend.
Shields to Brock.
A divine favor.
Shields up. So you can actually try and push through the damage reflect.
I
Not
give
die.
you my hearth. I bring the flame.
Because she is the last, requires moving.
This.
Certain distance, start. Add more, move a little since it didn't cost AP. Which is very high mobility. Extra power. To Smasher might kill him. Damage or foot. What shielding does he have? Oh yeah, it'll kill him. Grounded kick it is then. $1022. What did damage? Doing 1600. Oh, well, not nearly as bad as I thought. So let's summon a treant there. There's not much chance they can kill Brock and the treant.
No, any good recipes?
Gets in their way, some. They have to go through there to get around. Alright, you noxious prick. Let's turn you into a candy corn. There's a tiny bit of damage to the Guardon. It does self-repair. Basically, it just costs a little AP. But she had AP to spare. Well, now I can dispel the guard.
A little of this, a little of that.
So others can finish off the thing. Why can't she Halloween curse Jane? Oh, she's already got 10. At least, I see.
You should have expected this Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. That's an obvious play on. Could give Vehemence to Jane. Yeah, it's AP and
Where the spirit pulls, the body flows.
she needs to do Holy Wrath. That'll help her hit harder with it. if things get desperate enough. She'll get one use of it. Still gotta turn until it's off cooldown.
Fear and surprise are my chief weapon. Repent, heathen!
Drain AP. Tome is actually kind of useless here. Penance, not useful.
In good faith.
Not sure if we get trick or treat if it started to turn before moving. Don't want to risk it. Since turning sometimes counts as moving for some abilities. This is react, not it says a chance of killing. Yeah, I'll just do it. Probably take down the.
I'll ruin you. I'll be waiting for a rematch.
To give the thing Vehemence, which increases its damage output. For Skelly Belly, right? Or is it just Sanctify? Anyways, it did a lot to buff it. Can't quite remember what, because COVID brain. On COVID brain, that is. Just kind of like the COVID brain from acute infection, but it's different. And it never goes away. Yeah, I did this to increase its AP, which might not have been useful, actually. Let's put fear on the guard on. Apparently robots can fear death. Chance of fear. Death 3 turns, another one. This thing gets killed, explosion will damage the captain there. Guards can't even reach the witch, well, the one that's not afraid. Need for black brambles yet. 8. Relative damage. Thing to immobilize and drain enemies who try and approach, and damage taunt. Negative damage reflect on enemies, which will make the damage reflect less of a problem. The Thornet. Why'd this thing not suffer any reflected damage? This isn't Siphon. Huh. I guess it's got such high defense against Earth, which is its own damage type, maybe? I don't know. Could summon bees. There's no real space from here, though. Might get a couple. Haunted, whatever. Slightly reduced damage or flat. No AP, but Thornet will still regenerate. Yeah, I'll just have the trinket get out of the way. For now, so Brock can make a straight approach. Surprisingly effective.
If I hear one more thorny joke.
These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
Yeah, this thing takes high damage from blunt. Which is why I did need the Lich to fall back. Awful against blunt. This thing's also abysmal against blunt, but... Well, it's abysmal and stuff, awful, but... also weak against it. Alright. Give an axe to the treant. Give power to the Inquisitor. Power to the Inquisitor. So we can deal with those things.
Eternal dawn, light the way.
Powering the Spanish Inquisition, apparently.
Feel free to die. I'll resurrect you.
Not something you would ever want to do. If you know what's good for you, but whatever. Real life. It's got plenty of summon duration. Give the extra defense to Brock.
Eternal dawn, I call upon
Since it's going to attack Thornet directly. And save VP, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's give Holy Promise as well, because it comes with evasion.
Feel the light course through your mortal veins.
Couple Holy Promises.
Feel free to die. I'll resurrect you.
My wrath undoes the wicked.
Hmm. Could soften Thornet up a little. Damage reflect won't be too big a problem, honestly.
Our cause is true.
Let's do mobility first and haste. Oof.
Warm your hands by the fire, friend. The light will guide me.
Surely you can do better. Are you flirting with me?
No, I wouldn't dream of it. There we go. Moderate amount of damage. What did? Hmm. And, fall back.
Stay close.
The elements do my bidding.
Phoenix.
Still have faith in man.
We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
So we're learning Cone of Fire is off cooldown. Yeah. Anyways,
Our cause is true. A divine favor.
all the mobility I can muster. Could do this, but steal a little power. Let's put him
The
here.
light will guide me.
Can do divine heals and stuff.
Let's make this quick.
In position to support. Commands, unlike reacts, can act if, say, you know, something happens not. Turn like this is react. Can it be activated during the owner's turn? I may want to consider turning some of those reacts to commands. maybe. Anyways, on the Trant. Take some view damage. This is a guaranteed kill.
Is that it? You broke my heart. Lucky I have a
Kill missed. Nice. If it had not missed, would have had to attack it again. Close enough to guard the skelly bellies. The guardian can't kill it, which is actually a concern, surprisingly. All these buffs. I don't see anything that directly... Yeah, I didn't give vehemence to him. Absorb defense, front defense. No. No, he's got him vehemence, just doesn't have the extra AP from it. That's where I went off or something. I don't know. Yeah. 8 AP a turn, so do want to economize on that. Make the guardians come to me. Although, if I want this Trant to... Yeah. The existing Trant get in, or just summon a new one. Yeah, I'll wait. That's less effective than I thought it was, the bone to pick. Self-repair, it'll probably just be back up at full health. Unless it rolls really low.
I'll have you, my pretty.
It doesn't have a high chance to succeed. Guess I'll give it a shot though.
Make room. All my candy is organic.
Fail.
You look like good stuff.
Goodbye, haste.
Cauldron bubble.
Need a bit of damage.
The righteous have nothing to fear.
More behemoths to Jane.
Here is your affirmation.
Guess that.
The truth is solitary. Get your lies out now while you still can. I am no missionary.
Over an hour here, so I'm gonna want to finish this up and cut the video soon. This thing just reach the guard on so that it can't be clamped down. Might be able to reach the captain. There, successfully doing that. Wait, didn't I doom it before? Oh. Whoops. Oh, that failed to ferret. Guess we'll use this then. Some healing and damage. What? Well, instant healing. could have it give itself some shielding. Eh. Summon some bees.
The truth has its benefits.
Hmm.
I will fear no evil. Put your faith in the light.
Some haste.
Go back to the shadow. I walk through the valley.
Elemental and water. This thing is a weakness too.
I bring the flame. Here!
Shields up. Red alert.
Body magical. Hmm.
Here!
Oops. Oh well. Let's calculate AP.
Never turn your face from the cold. My path is righteous.
In a shower of rainbow. Ottoman's back.
I bring the flame.
I'm not used to all this darkness.
That captain actually hits hard and is not dead, so I'll put some distance, especially since buffs and Brock will disappear some of them before it dies. Bu-
Tread lightly.
Extreme. Axis. Master.
Eternal dawn, light away. I sentence you to more life. Feel the light course through your mortal veins.
Cool.
Eternal dawn, I call upon your light.
Effort is the magic of man. I tread the path need choosing. I still have faith in man.
Extra fire damage on the fire using Phoenix.
Time for some explosive action.
It's gonna need the man's strength. Still wasn't enough to kill a thing without. Yeah. Taunt doesn't work on this. We're back defense. Why? Why does it not matter the positioning? It should.
Go. When the walls fell.
Oh. Okay.
Death is the final frontier.
Didn't know that would work that well. This thing's holding the door or something? Yeah, whatever. That could make the bee far more useful. Could give AP to Jane. Not that much AP, but some. Oop.
You weigh more than
Facepalm. Oh, facepalm.
you should have expected this inquisition. Fear and surprise are my chief weapons.
Alright, let's finish this. I'm making like a zillion mistakes, but whatever. Oh, I missed that. How did I miss that? these won't do anything. That was surprisingly hard hitting.
Glory. Your faith is weak. My path is righteous.
Seal strike. Seal strike. Seal strike. Strike. Greater seal strike.
Stay close. I will fear no evil. I bring the flame. The light will guide me.
Who needs saving? I sentence you to more life.
Jeez, an hour and a half here.
Final dawn, I call upon your light.
Let's just end
Where is
this.
my hat?
Can't quite reach that with the firebolt. Fireball, I should say. Shoot. Let's see. Who's there? You have 5. 1, 2. No, there's no way to reach it. Shoot. Shouldn't have bothered with you at my axe.
I move with the wind.
You're not gonna like this.
Can you finish this? Oh, yes. Alright, sorry that took so long. Clearly not thinking that quickly.
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I humbly accept
But
this gift.
I mean,
A boon to our cause.
I suppose I won in the end. Wait, the Paladin's armor divine? Wait. Physical defense stats. Wait, power. Less resistance. Less defenses, basically. Except versus physical. Make some more powerful
This will
offensively.
aid our quest.
So this is the fat loot everyone was telling me about.
Is this charge? Yeah.
Sometimes greed is a necessary evil, an instrument for justice. I humbly accept this gift.
Yeah, I need someone who can hit hard. Do that.
This will aid a boon to our cause.
And I'll give this here. A little less support, but I managed to upgrade the rank of this armor. It'll be harder hitting. This is just epic version of the armor. Jeez, there's another fight. That's right. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to cut this video. I hope you folks enjoyed this. I apologize how long it is. Guess it does make sense to cut here between the fights. Take care of each other, be kind to yourselves, and may you always find getting started lead you home. It's Northstar. Till next time, adieu. I'm gonna go lie down for a bit. Exhausted.